What's going on, you guys, man? It's your boy Fresh here again with some more of this Fresh Falcons talk, man. But this is a special episode. This is the Trade Center. Basically, it's like a once a year video because it's only like meant for just right before the trade deadline or some weeks before the trade deadline. And these is a few targets that I would like to see us maybe poke at or prod at, or just some guys I feel like maybe can help the team. And also, we're definitely going to be talking about our trade that we made today, which is Van Jefferson. Yes, let's pull up his stats and stuff. He was drafted by the Rams back in 2020. He was drafted by the Rams back in 2020. His stats are 2020 he had 19 catches for 220 yards, 1 touchdown. 2021, 50 catches, 802 yards, 6 touchdowns. 2022, 24 catches, 369 yards, 3 touchdowns. And this year, he only has 8 catches for 108 yards, no touchdown. Now, as you can see, his stats will be up on the screen. I have them propped up here up on the screen here. If you look at his production goes, his first year, you could tell he was trying to find his way. And then that second year, he had a big jump. And then that next year in 2022, it seemed like everything went down. If you look at his stats, because I was looking at his stats, the way I'm looking at it on my phone and the way I look at it that I had got it for this video, it shows, you can see each year after that big year, his stats, his targets was cut in half. So was his production was cut in half both times. So I think that's due to just, the Rams phasing him out pretty much. Not that he's a bad receiver and stuff like that. He's just getting phased out. And then on top of that, he's about to come up on a contract year. They ain't really got no money to pay nobody really like that. So it's time to get him up out of here. That's pretty much what that was. And then you got the emergence of that rookie wide receiver for the Rams. So it makes sense. We got the better end of the deal. We only swap a pick with them, and then we get a wide receiver and a pick, I think. I had that up on the screen, so see the whole ordain with that. And also, while we're sitting here talking about Van Jefferson, I will have his little highlights that the Atlanta Falcons actually put together for him. It'll be playing here somewhere in the stratosphere over here, back somewhere. But they flagged me for it. I'll just end up re-uploading this video without the highlight video on it. Sorry, but you know what I'm saying. But my takes on Van Jefferson, when I watched the little film on him and everything, he's very good and consistent at running routes, especially those in-breaking routes, as the over the middle, the out. Oh, also the out-breaking routes, the outs, the comebacks, basically the routes that you see him really kind of running on the film. If they let me put this highlight in here from the Falcons, you'll see a lot of the routes over the middle, deep post routes. Actually, the routes that Van Jefferson runs that you see a lot in his film are routes that Arthur Smith likes to run in his offense. And not only that, you get a good polished route runner to help these guys in the route room. I mean, in the wide receiver room. Because, let's face it, who has Drake London really got to learn from doing routes with? Nobody. He's kind of leading himself in a way and then trying to lead other guys. Now you get a veteran, and not only just a veteran, a young veteran still pretty much. And he also has Super Bowl experience. He actually, no, okay, he's only been to one Super Bowl. uh, and that's the one with Stafford, and they won it. So he has the Super Bowl along with Scotty Miller. Now you have two wide receivers in there that can mentor these guys on the mentality on how to get to the Super Bowl, how that play and that atmosphere is different. Somebody who can coach them up out there. Not only that, now you have Van Jefferson, somebody who knows how to run routes, because Mac Hollins is not a guy you can get to teach how to run routes. He's more of a body you up type of guy. You know what I'm saying? Big body, box you out. He's not the swiftest route runner out there. So he's not somebody you teach. You get to teach that too. He's somebody you get to teach how to body up on somebody, how to big body somebody, how to big boy somebody, pretty much. That's what you get him to teach. Now you have somebody in there who can teach some routes. And not only that, he was college teammates with Kyle Pitts. So that's also somebody who can learn from him how to learn routes. And then they're definitely going to connect and stuff, basically being, college teammates. They definitely going to catch up to old times. They definitely going to be excited to work with each other. So that just plays. That move right there makes dividends in more ways than one, I would say. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, let's move on to a few choices that I feel before, the trade deadline which is at the end of this month. I looked at a few 1-4 teams and a one team that was 2-3, but I feel like they not gonna go. They still trash. A few 1-4 teams that might want to get rid of some people, or you might can talk into getting some trades and getting some valuable people. Now, two of them is an actual super long shot. I'm just throwing it out there. It will be nice, to get these two. But for them, I can see us working out a way to get these guys. Especially if they ain't been paid or they're worried about being paid. We got money in the bank to pay these dudes long term. And they're still pretty young. They're not old, but they nice mid-level guys. The first two people actually is from the Giants, and it would be Leonard Williams and Dexter Lawrence. Now, Dexter Lawrence is the one I know is a long shot. But Leonard Williams, look at his stats and his production, and they might be willing to part ways with him. Never been a real, big time stat guy. If you look, you can see it right here on the screen. I have their stats on the screen, so I'll edit those in. You dig what I'm saying? I think he'll be great for the rotation to go along on them DN spots, and he can play up and down the line. I feel with Leonard Williams and Dexter Lawrence. We know he's big body in the middle. I feel like him, David Onyemata, and Grady would be great just rotating them three within that middle space. And then you still got Taquan Graham in there, and then you probably maybe still got Timothy Horn, or you got Joe Gaziano. Great rotation in there. But Dexter Lawrence did just get paid. So I'm pretty sure they're not supposed to come up off of him. So that's why I say that's a long shot. Now, Leonard Williams, he might be feasible. Moving on. Next team is the 1-4 Minnesota Vikings. And it's only one person from the Minnesota Vikings that I would really want, and that's Darnell Hunter. Still pretty kind of young, nice productivity. He's a solid guy. And by the way, all these guys are going to be defensive guys. The only reason why I want defense is because I want us to tighten up just a little more. If we tighten up just a little more, especially along the front seven, we'll cause more turnovers. I think we'll start getting more interceptions and more interceptions, more just period, because now that pressure is is ramping up even more. That's why I feel like getting some of these guys would help that. Only one guy. Well, two guys don't help that. The other three actually help with that front. Well, mostly the front four. Darnell Hunter, steady, solid guy. Know how to set the edge. Definitely know how to rush the passer. Still pretty young. I think he's looking for a contract. That's the only thing that makes it hard doing these trades and stuff. Trading for people who be on these contract seeking years and stuff like that. You never know, like, okay, are you doing this good just because of this contract, or are you going to continue this productivity? And if you look at it, you judge it for yourself. I'm going to put it on the screen, let you judge it for yourself. Does Darnell Hunter productivity warrant for whatever amount of money he's trying to ask for? Same with the rest of these players. But I think most of them already got, well, one of them ain't got paid. But I think most of all of them already even got their money. Okay, the next team. The next team is the Arizona Cardinals. Now, we do play these two teams, so I kind of highly doubt Minnesota and the Arizona Cardinals will probably trade with us. And they play us. Dude, they play us within the next, within the next 5 games. So I'm pretty sure they not going. They might not trade, but these are guys you never know. Terry Fontenot know how to get in that room and make that, make whatever talk. You dig what I'm saying? You never know. So Arizona Cardinals. My 2 players for here will be Buda Baker and Zay Collins. Buda Baker, just think about it. Buda Baker and Jesse Bates. That'll be the ultimate safety duo. Like, bro, that'll be out of this world. Like, teams already now don't really want to throw the ball on us because Jesse Bates back there. We be in some single high, and he still be keeping them guys honest back there. Now, get a guy like Buda Baker, put him in the box, move him around, do the things you got Richie Grant doing, but somebody who's going to do it on an even higher level, and he's not going to have really a miscue or a mental lapse in coverage or anything like that. Remember how Brian Branch was doing us bad, had 14 tackles by himself? That can be us right there with Buda Baker. And this year, before this year started, he did have some, spread some unhappiness with the team and stuff like that. And I think he did ask for a trade. I'm just saying. Now, Zay Collins, dang, he ain't even been there that long. So I highly doubt they gonna trade him. But the way the Cardinals are heading, they might want to get rid of some people and recoup some picks. So that way in this year's coming up draft, their new head coach can actually, pick up some players that he really actually wants. So he might be somebody they might want to just sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you look at his stats, well, his stats don't really say nothing. I forgot how big he was. He was like 6'4", 260, pretty damn fast, can kind of play in coverage. He'll come and fill that gap. I think he'll be a great addition to that linebacker room. The much needed talent in that linebacker room. Even more talent in the linebacker room. Nate Landman has been a real surprise. So I'm not really, stressing the linebacker room like that. But to keep that room at its strongest, I definitely would like to see us, keep some strength in young, youthful talent, depth pieces. You know what I'm saying? Not just like how Troy Anderson went down, we got Nate Landman. Nate Landman is filling in great, in my opinion. That's just that. Now, our last team is, now this is the biggest long shot of them all. The Las Vegas Raiders, Max Crosby. I already know what y'all thinking. Like, Max Crosby, you really think they gonna give him up? You never know. These dudes, that's a dumpster fire over there. They don't know what's going on. They barely got a win. What was that? Yesterday? They was on Monday night. They barely got a win yesterday, bro. They really not going nowhere. Daniel, who is that? Who is their head coach? Their head coach is, well, he might be getting fired. But now that I'm thinking about it, if they was to trade Max Crosby, he definitely getting fired probably. But that is a guy I feel like you put him on the edge, that instantly increases pressure. Your sack ratings go up, because I feel like if we start getting more sacks, we start rewarding the coverage with sacks. Start getting coverage sacks. That makes DBs feel good. I'm a DB, and that'll make me feel good. I might make another video on that. But we get them sacks up. We start speeding some of these dang quarterbacks, pocket clock up, and we will get more turnovers. You feel me? And that's what I want. I want our defense to start starting faster and start causing those doubts and start, causing those turnovers a little bit more. Turn it up just a little bit more of a notch. I really want to keep offensive coordinators up late at night. I want them to really think about their game plan. Like, damn, I don't know if this is good. Let me redo this. Okay, I got a game plan. I don't know if that. I want them to recheck their game plan and doubt whether or not it's good enough to face our defense that we bringing out there every day, every game day. That's what I want for us. You know what I'm saying? So that is my trade center video. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe, share it to all your friends and family. Subscribe to all my other platforms. Follow me on all my socials. And until next time, people, you stay fresh. Shalom.
Woke up this morning, can't remember nothing. Till bitches just flowing from London. Nothing I remember, they calling me daddy. The match was covered in money.